Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 2, Peter 3.
It beat you! I beat you! Do it!
This is the way.
This is the way. Vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman.
And welcome back to the Nerding Out podcast. It has been a long time. We have both been rather busy, especially him. What you been up to lately, Caleb, my faithful co-host?
No, working like crazy, fixing up a house,
Yeah.
But growing up. Crazy.
Yeah. It's been busy. I'm just finished building this new computer, so now it is done, and I will be here constantly now. But wanted to make sure we got Caleb back in here before we started back up, because it's just fun when there's more than two of us here. So with that being said, we are sorry for the break. It was good. We got stuff done, and we are back. That's all that matters. Now, I say we hop right into it with news, as we always do. The Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer number 2 has dropped. Final trailer. Just more hype, in my opinion. I mean,
they've got my money. They didn't need to drop this one.
No, I agree completely.
It was fun,
I like that we're seeing Wicked and Speed back, Billy and Tommy.
Yeah, Wanda's kids.
But
it's to be assumed that those are alternate universe.
Well, it has to be. I mean, it has to.
Along those lines, a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go alternate universe since it's the multiverse.
Yeah, so that way you can kind of do it without, like, this isn't Wanda doing it. Like, they're actually in the MCU, because Wicked and Speed do become big characters.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're two of the core members of the Young Avengers. So I mean, yeah, it's great to have them in here finally. Obviously, we got some more Sam Raimi craziness in there. I don't think we're going to get too far into that horror movie thing that we were kind of promised, but I mean, there will be some aspects of.
I don't think so.
Especially, we're seeing Zombie Strange and Zombie Wanda in there, and it's like, okay, I can kind of see where they're going with it. So, I mean, I'm hyped. Yeah. Oh, I agree completely.
Mainly because they're focusing so much on Wanda.
Yeah, and turning her into a villain looks like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, they won't. She'll be. I think somebody's like trying to get her to do.
Is this where we're finally going to meet Mephisto?
I think it's one of those upper level, like.
It almost has. For Wanda, it has to be.
Level,
yeah.
God level.
For Wanda, it has to be, because she is the most powerful character in the MCU right now.
Right. But I think somebody could be deceiving her. To
Oh,
do
easily.
so they can escape somewhere, almost like the
demon from Shang-Chi kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we could get something like that, which would be cool. But
Oh, I agree.
Spruce it up a little bit, and I mean, with the multiverse, you can do whatever.
Yeah, big time.
You can bring in some character like Magneto or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Which I'm here for.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. So, but did you know the big monster?
The
that they
eyeball,
showed?
like, yeah,
literally looked like Cthulhu. Or
yeah,
something.
the tentacle, yeah.
I don't know who that was.
I'm wondering if it was the thing that we saw in What If, that in the first Peggy Carter fought, the interdimensional.
Big tentacle monster.
Yeah, I don't
know, but literally they're making the trailers in such a way that you can't tell what Wanda's doing.
No, and we could get in there and it's like something similar to how they're doing in Moon Knight, where she has a double personality or something. Like it's
a variant or something.
Yeah, you never know anymore.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job at these trailers not revealing anything.
Yeah, and that's one thing I do like about Doctor Strange a lot here, is that there's not a lot of room for politics and stuff, because it's just so fantastical. And it's like, we're just going to get a great movie like we got with No Way Home, which I'm excited about.
I feel like it'll be great.
Yeah.
We do need to book our tickets.
Oh, well, I mean, we can't book them if we're going to Legacy.
Well, you can.
Oh, you can?
You just don't get assigned seating.
Well, hop on it.
It's good to have them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get them.
All right. After Doctor Strange, this might be a little bit of old news, but, I mean, we have to talk about it because we're big fans. Kenobi was moved to May 27th. But with that being said, we are getting 2 episodes now instead of 1. It's a fair trade-off in my mind.
2 days for an extra episode.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Instead of waiting, that'd
A
be
week.
5 more days.
Yeah.
5 more days to wait.
I mean, we've already done an episode for our predictions for the show. The hype has just continued to grow. People like Star Wars Theory posting videos about how they've seen Anakin and Obi-Wan's first interaction, and it's just, I mean,
I'm literally going into this. I haven't watched the thing.
I haven't watched it. I've seen stuff on YouTube. Like I haven't watched the
stayed
video.
away. I've seen Star Wars. I usually watch Star Wars Theories videos.
Yeah.
But this time I have stayed completely away. I just want to go in fresh.
Yeah.
Because we'll get it, and it'll be pretty much a movie.
Right.
Maybe that's what they were going for. Like
The
first 2 episodes,
chronicling
like,
it.
You're virtually going. It's almost going to be 2 hours.
Right.
Virtually a movie.
No,
I was talking to a guy at work, and I was like, it'd be so cool if they could do it at a movie theater or something.
That would be
Drop the first 2 episodes at the movies, and you get that movie experience.
That would be awesome. Big time.
It'd be so cool, but they're trying to promote Disney Plus, so I thought that'd be cool though.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
We had forgotten. There's not much we can talk about Kenobi, but moving on from that, have you heard about the stuff with the Flash?
No, I have not.
They're starting the early pre-screenings for the Flash for like, I don't know, I guess critics and stuff like that,
Yeah.
YouTubers, and they're sworn to secrecy. But of course nobody.
Oh well, no, nobody cares.
There's leaks everywhere, but I mean, we won't get into all the leaks, but a major thing that's going on is Warner Brothers actually had a meeting to determine the future of Ezra Miller
Good,
as an actor.
good.
And nobody knows what's going to come of it, but he was arrested recently in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, there was a video of him like strangling a woman.
Really?
Yeah, it's legit. But so they've had these instances where he's acted out, and it's really crazy because he's a prominent actor right now.
Oh, he's big.
I mean, you look at the 2 projects he's in. He's in the Harry Potter universe, and then he's in DC as the Flash, one of DC's most popular characters.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, and a lot of people are already calling for a recast, which is funny because in this next Flash movie, which is now coming out next year, so it's not like we can watch this next month and it'd be like, yeah, we'll get Ezra Miller out of here. We literally have to wait till next June or something.
See, for me, a lot of people are seeing how bad Warner Bros. Has messed up, and personally, I think that they should just kind of say, okay, we messed up. Let's restart. Like, let's just, we have 2 solid ones. I mean, Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa are great in their roles. Those are 2
As well as Zachary Levi.
Oh, yeah, I forget he's a part of that universe because they've never done anything with him. You take those 3 and build around them. Because I've heard rumors that Henry Cavill's done. I don't know.
He's done.
Yeah, it's that stalwart hope in me of loving Superman that I just don't want to see him go. But, it is what it is. But, again, you do have those 2 very good, solid characters that have been integrated into the Justice League already.
I doubt that Gal Gadot is a very big actor right now.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like she's probably done with Wonder Woman.
You think so?
I feel like it. I feel like they'll recast. It wouldn't be much to recast her. Start Wonder Woman over.
Yeah,
I think she's great,
especially
but
after 84.
She's getting older. Like,
It's true.
By the time another movie for her comes out, like I don't know how old she is, but I mean, you can tell based off Wonder Woman 1 to Zack Snyder's Justice League that she's aging, which all people do, but was Wonder Woman come out in 2016, so we're
84 came out in 2020.
And 84 sucked.
That was the decline of the character, I think.
Well, yeah, because they got all political and everything with they took away her sword and shield, which is
it's
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then they made it was a dumb movie.
It was a bad movie.
It's a bad movie. It's a bad look for her. But
Pedro Pascal can't save everything.
But he was great though.
He was awesome.
But she's been in a lot of movies. She was in that
Death on the Nile.
Which is amazing. She's
Red
pretty
Notice.
good. And then she was in that with Dwayne The Rock and
Ryan Reynolds.
So like she's acting a lot, and I don't think she needs DC anymore. Like
I agree. I mean, I'm there. I just again, it's another she was awesome as Wonder Woman.
she's great.
But you need to hold on to Momoa big time because there's not really anybody out there that can make Aquaman that cool.
Yeah, Momoa's great, but you're into this thing where, well, here's the thing, the Flash. I mean, they've already. I'm not looking forward to it.
No.
So I'm in these leaks.
Oh yeah.
I'm literally because like I want to know. Hey, are y'all getting rid of Henry Cavill? I mean, I've heard I think we talked about it. The rumors about Henry Cavill leaving, and they do something with his character in the movie, and then they do something with Ben Affleck's character. I don't want to get.
We don't care about Ben Affleck.
I don't want to get spoilers for anybody that.
Right.
But yeah, they do something with Ben Affleck, and then they do. I think they literally go through the multiverse, and it's literally even rumored that they go through Pattinson's universe. There's a moment where he's running and he's going through Grant Gustin. He runs into Grant Gustin, just goes into different DC universes. But you have the multiverse at your hands.
Yeah.
So, I don't want them to, but they could literally pull Pattinson for a crossover. They could literally pull.
Yeah, I don't want them to either.
They could pull they're pulling Keaton already. They could pull another Wonder Woman.
You sign Stephen Amell and pull in Green Arrow. I mean, maybe not Stephen Amell, but just something of that nature. If you
have all these characters and you don't.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem. DC has such great characters that don't get explored. Like,
Yes.
look at Marvel. Who would have thought
Hawkeye
and Ant-Man
Yeah.
and
the Guardians.
the Guardians. Who would have thought the Guardians would be some of the most loved MCU characters?
You go watch 2014 Guardians of the Galaxy 1 comes out, and you're like, who is these guys?
We didn't even go see it in theaters. We watched it at home.
Yeah, and then we sat down and watched what is still to this day in my top 5 favorite Marvel movies of all time.
It's
an amazing movie.
And DC has so many of those characters that just don't get explored.
I mean, Green Lantern,
Green
one and
Lantern's a
done.
Big one.
Not even just Hal Jordan. John Stewart's an amazing character.
Both of them.
They're both
Martian
great.
Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter is
He's
amazing.
Such a deep character that Marvel, if they had Martian Manhunter,
he
could
would
do a
be
3-movie series on
easily.
Martian Manhunter
Easily.
and knock it out of the park because of what happens. He's the last survivor of Mars, and DC is not taking advantage of these characters that are in their arsenal.
Yeah.
You look at when they haven't nailed their big characters.
Oh, yeah.
Batman, Superman, and they nailed one. They nailed one.
The first one, yeah. Wonder Woman number 1 was
amazing.
amazing.
So amazing. But when you don't nail Superman, you give him a divisive script and a divisive director.
Terrible Lois Lane.
Terrible Lois Lane, but you nail the casting.
Yeah.
And then you don't explore Batman at all.
Because a great actor can only do as good as the script allows. Like there's only so much they can do.
I'm actually watching Man of Steel as we speak. Like and Henry Cavill is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something off about that movie now that I'm rewatching it.
I think the more I watch the DCEU, especially with Zack Snyder, I just don't like Snyder's direction style.
Well, he did. That's the thing. They handed Zack Snyder these characters, and they said, "What do you feel like these guys would be?" And from my knowledge, the dude didn't read a Superman comic.
It came out. He hasn't.
He didn't dive into these characters. And I mean, the Batman's first movie, he's absolutely tanking guys. He kills like 30 dudes in Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
that's just not nailing the character.
He's just playing with $10 million action figures at that point.
Yeah, him and what's his name, Transformers guy,
Michael Bay.
They love explosions. They love the action.
Explosions to Michael Bay is slow mo to Zack Snyder.
True, Zack Snyder does love some slow mo.
I don't get that.
That's why that movie was 4 hours long.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm getting long on this.
No, it's fine. I mean, it needs
but
to be.
Yeah, the major news is that they are looking at Ezra Miller,
which I'm fine with. Totally,
I'm totally fine with.
I don't like the guy.
Ezra
yeah,
Miller.
I don't like the guy.
So good news, actually. Even though we just went into a tangent of the DCU as we
because we hate Warner Brothers
as
right
we
now.
usually do. But Ezra Miller is on the what's it called? On thin ice for the Flash.
Yeah. Well, that's comforting news that Warner Brothers is cleaning house a little bit. Hopefully.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, on a lighter note, let's talk some of the new TV shows we have. Start off with Moon Knight. Me and Caleb have watched episode 1. We have not got to watch episode 2 yet. Episode 1, in my opinion, is the best episode 1 of any Marvel show we've had.
Yeah, it's got the best tone.
Oscar Isaac is an amazing actor. He carries the show literally just because he's the only character in the show.
He's in every scene.
Like, yeah,
literally.
outside of the first one, he's in every
Right.
single one. So for them to rely on him that much, that's great. I love it. I love the idea that you have this amazing actor. Give him something to work with. The dual personalities.
Perfect.
It's perfect for him. He's got the skill. I mean, we've seen how he is from Star Wars, Disney trilogy. He's got the upbeat, funky personality. And then, I hadn't seen him in anything else outside of Dune. Yes,
He was awesome in Dune.
He's amazing in Dune, and that's that deeper, more methodical in Mark. Is it Mark Strong? No, it's not Mark Strong. That's Mark Spector, and then the quirky Steve Grant, which is not Steve Grant from the comics, but I like the adjustment.
It's cool.
Because he would have been too much like Batman if he was Steve Grant from the comics. But yeah, no,
That's great. It's a really good setup.
it's different, and that's what
Yeah.
I think. That's how it works so well.
And I just hope it doesn't go off course. And I'm looking forward to watching the next episode.
Yeah.
But all these Marvel shows and movies, they want to have a big budget ending.
Big CGI fight.
I think this could be something deeper, like a Daredevil, where
Yeah,
it's a more grounded, but fantastic. They can pull in the fantastical realm as well,
Well, yeah, with the Egyptian,
with the werewolves and all this going on with the gods and stuff. But you could still not have it, in outer space in a big giant temple.
bubble of
The
rings
city's about
and-
to get destroyed.
Yeah,
Keep it simple and
that's why shows like Daredevil and Punisher they work so well, is because you connect to these characters on a personal level.
But that's why they have to keep in the dual personality.
Right.
They have to stick with that.
Right. No, I agree.
If they just eliminate Stephen Grant completely, what are you going to roll with?
Well, exactly, because that's what was so great about the first episode, because you were Stephen Grant. He had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
You had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
Like,
it was great.
And so I really enjoyed it. I think if they continue the way it is, this show will be the best on Disney Plus. And that's not saying a lot, but
But there have been some good. Like WandaVision was really good, and
WandaVision
Hawkeye
was
was
solid.
really good.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Hawkeye, but it's just how they did Kingpin dirty. But it's fine. But WandaVision right now, I think, is the best on Disney Plus. And I think that's kind of without question. I know a lot of people like Loki. I didn't.
A lot of people love Loki.
I don't like Loki.
I don't get the hype. It was good.
I think they really ruined his character.
You're getting into that. What Disney did with Boba.
Yeah, the softening.
They like to do that,
Yeah.
and I mean, people like it, but oh well.
Yeah, it's that was the thing. MCU, I think, will always, well, not MCU, it's Disney Marvel now. We're no longer in the MCU, it's Disney Marvel. Disney Marvel will always go for the joke over the seriousness.
Character
I think.
development and everything.
Yeah, which
I think the best example of that so far, they nailed Tony Stark, but I think when they adapted that and they started to do that with Boba and Loki, another one that suffered from that, joke kind of movie is their Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
They didn't develop his character at all. It was all puns and jokes and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they finally nailed it in No Way Home, where it was grounded and serious and
ending off on him being Spider-Man.
yeah. So they finally got it right.
Yeah.
But for this Civil War was 2015, so
Since Civil War, you haven't really.
you haven't had that development, and it's been more of a jokey character.
Yeah.
So I get what you
I
mean.
know. So, but anyway, again, Moon Knight, amazing.
Moon Knight's
Go
great.
watch it and enjoy Disney Marvel's Inception. Like that's what the
It's
first
great.
episode was.
It's
It was
really
great.
good.
All right. Next, Halo. I'm gonna be honest. I sat down and recorded myself watching the first episode and was pretty mad. The first watching, mainly just because I was very upset that they took the helmet off of Master Chief. I get it now. I knew going into it was going to happen. He even told me, he's like, they're going to do it. I said, I know. It's just, it frustrates me because there's just a blatant disrespect for the character. I'm past it now. The second episode calmed me down. The second episode I thought was amazing. A lot of world building for Halo, which is necessary because we don't have a lot of world building in the games, and so this was just fun to see. But your take on it, because you're a little
I'm really optimistic about this show,
Yeah.
mainly because it's already been renewed for season 2.
Right.
Like people have sat down and watched this, the higher ups, and they're like, this is something good, we can work on this.
Yeah.
But I get where people are coming from with removing the helmet. But I was talking to Micah about this. I think they kind of did it because they didn't want to copy The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And have that kind of, because they're really similar characters.
Very.
They're very stoic and, they don't have much personality. And Mando grows his personality over time. But starting out, he was just stone cold killer.
Bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Exactly. And that's I think they didn't want to have that same character and, just get the helmet off already and develop this sort of confused guy that just doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of have to have the face to do that.
Yeah. Especially if you're giving him a deeper personality than he is in the games. Because I think in the games...
Which you have to. I
yeah,
think.
because in the games, you really... they do it to where you can kind of put yourself in Chief's shoes. He doesn't talk that often,
Right.
and when he does, it's very, the fate of the world is literally in this man's hands. And so it's like, okay, I kind of get it. And again, Pablo Schreiber was really good.
He's solid.
His voice is good. I hate that they couldn't get Steve Downs back, but that's fine for what...
I wish they could have at least got him back for when he has the helmet on.
I agree.
Kind of a modified voice.
I agree.
But they had to adjust the music.
Yeah.
Which it's still good. It's good. The show is good.
It's
got good grounds.
For some reason, across the Halo community, that has been the biggest complaint with the show is the music.
I like it.
I'm like, if they can't get the license to the original track, this is the next best thing. This is awesome. And so I'm like, that's really nitpicking about that.
The opening screen credits where they're building Master Chief, and then it has that lineup at the end. It just looks really good.
Oh yeah.
It had me hype in the first episode when Chief drops in. He looks fantastic.
The attention to detail in this show is amazing.
I was hyped when he dropped in. He just wrecking elites.
Yeah.
It was. I'm excited for this show. I really am.
Yeah, it's turned out. I mean, for how negative I was about the first episode, the second episode turned me around, and I even went back and watched the first episode with you on your first watch, and I was able to enjoy it more, knowing going into it, okay, this is what happens, and I could look more so for the things that excited me. When Chief shows up in the compound, it's like, yeah,
they nailed the world building.
Yeah.
They really nailed the design and the look, and the ships look great. Chief looks great. The other Spartans look great.
Yeah, Silver Team look amazing.
The what's the home base? What's that?
Reach.
It looks great.
Yeah, Reach is awesome.
Looks great.
Yeah. The thing that I had my biggest complaint with is the elites look great. The armor on the elites looks.
You can tell
weird.
it's looks really. I mean, it looks artificial. Super. Their budget wasn't too good, and they had to do. But when they get up close, the faces.
Oh yeah,
are
the actual
awesome.
The model itself is great, but the armor
makes them look bulky and chunky.
And that's not an elite.
Not an elite. Yeah. Elites are slim, and they don't have a whole lot of armor on
because they have the plasma shield around them. They don't need to wear all the armor. But yeah, that was. I think as of now, that's probably my biggest I can get past it, but it's just it could be better. But I mean, they $10 million per episode. Think it'd be a bit better, but I don't complain about it that much because I don't envy the person who has to do that. All right. Well, with that being said, I think that's all of our news.
Yeah,
roughly.
we could stretch out some more stuff, but that's hitting the big topics.
Morbius, I think, is the other thing that we wanted to talk about just a little bit, and how it just absolutely flopped.
Tanked.
Out of nowhere. I mean, I knew it was coming because you cannot pull a movie back. Was it a year or 2 years for reshoots?
It was
going on.
It was
to.
supposed to drop Last October.
Last October. So almost a year of reshoots.
Not really, but
6 months, whatever. You pulled this movie back twice because it was supposed to come out in February or early March.
It was, end of January actually.
End of January, and then you pulled all the way back to April.
For what reason?
And apparently, according to everybody who has seen the movie, nothing. I'm gonna be honest, and I know you haven't either.
We're not
Watching it. After we heard Sean Chandler say, "Don't waste your money," Sean Chandler is usually very optimistic, and
he's like, "Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it."
when he tells you not to go waste your money on something, I take that as a okay, yeah, no. So
I feel bad for Jared Leto.
I do.
Truly, because he's now been in two of the worst projects.
Oh,
for
it's
each
yeah,
universe, DC and Marvel,
Yeah.
and Suicide Squad, and now Morbius.
definitively it is the worst.
Yeah, apparently it's just. I mean, it's tanking at the box office. You know,
Yeah.
it's tanking in ratings and reviews, and I mean, some people are going and saying, yeah, it's a good time, but for those that know Marvel and what these villains are supposed to be, they're like, yeah, it's just mainly the problem has been like writing. The script is not good, and
From
even spoilers.
go ahead.
Michael Keaton's Vulture appears, and it's just like, how? Why?
Yeah, Cosmonaut Variety Hour posted his video on it today, and I caught about halfway through. Pitch Meeting has done it. Okay,
So
I need to watch that one.
If you just don't want to watch it, don't
Pitch Meeting.
Watch Pitch Meeting or
You'll get a good laugh. But
they describe the movie perfectly.
Cosmonaut's a little bit more crass than most other places, but he usually has interesting takes that most of the time differ from mine, and I like listening to that. But from his perspective, he said that they skipped the villain phase of Morbius, and he said you can't do that and just turn him straight into an anti-hero. He can't be an anti-hero without first being a villain and having a change. And he said there was no resolution to the story. So I was like, man, that's just like bad writing.
It's just like Venom. They did that with Venom too.
Yeah.
Venom doesn't become a villain.
Yeah, I mean, he bites off one cop's head, and it's like, all right, let's go save the world. It's like, that's not Venom.
It's that Sony writing.
Yeah.
They did that with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean,
Yeah.
they just ruined their own movies. And they have, I mean, it's a great plot. Like, dude is like literally about to die because of his disease and has to...
The last option is just
Exactly.
going to this temple and trying.
And they were, at the pitch meeting, they were like, so his plan is to he develops this cure that will stop his villain is like him.
Right, yeah.
And so his plan is he can kill him with what that is, and then he's going to use it on himself. And that was his plan. He's like, I can't be a vampire. I can't kill people because he was a doctor. And he kills the villain, and then he doesn't use it on himself. They're like, I know. They just forgot all about it. That's what pitch meeting was like. How do you forget about that? That was a big plot point. He's like, no. He's like, no, that was from the past. We don't bring up the past scenes. We didn't mean that. So apparently the writing is just awful. So I will not be wasting my money.
No.
I will be waiting for Strange
2,
2, probably for my next theater experience.
Yeah, unless we go see Sonic, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that does.
Yeah.
Did you see where they somebody messed up though, and on the highest grossing films of all time list, Morbius somehow made it into the #1 slot because they accidentally put in like 2 or 3 more zeros than needed, and it turned it to like $32 trillion it made, and so it was like above Endgame.
That's pretty good.
It was hilarious. Like everybody was like, "Is this movie that good?"
Like, oh yeah, let's go watch that.
I thought that was very funny. But anyway, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. See it whenever.
I don't even know what it's coming out on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have it on Plex for me and Caleb, but I mean, it'll probably show up, I guess, on Hulu or something like that.
Something, Netflix.
Maybe
something.
HBO. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. All right. So for the second part of this podcast, we mentioned doing a trivia test for Caleb, I guess, on the Kenobi podcast. And I have 9 questions for him. 3 pertaining to DC, 3 pertaining to Star Wars, and then 3 pertaining to the MCU and
Covering
Marvel.
all grounds.
Trying to, because you have a wealth of knowledge that not a lot of people have. All right, so we'll start with DC. What Marvel comic writer worked for DC at some point in his career?
is not a good start for me. I'm not good at comics, man.
Don't think about it too hard.
I am. It's probably obvious.
It's very obvious.
Can't be Stan Lee, so I'm gonna go with like Jack Kirby.
Stanley.
Was it?
Yeah, he worked
Oh.
on some of the Detective Comics and
I
stuff.
did not know.
Yeah. All right. What Batman villain was meant to die after their second appearance?
I don't know.
Oh, I knew this one, and I'm not a big Batman comic fan.
I mean,
It's
I
Joker.
Well, can't
I
say
figured you knew that one. I'm sorry.
Deep dived into the 1940s comics.
All right. Well, this one you should know. What is Task Force X's real name?
Suicide
There
Squad.
you go. Okay, that was so. These questions all range from easy, medium, and hard, and that one was obviously the easy one. All right, Star Wars. What is Yoda's home planet? And by home planet, they're asking, what planet does he spend the majority of his life on?
Oh, Dagobah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that never gets revealed.
No,
I
it
was
still
like,
hasn't. Who was Count Dooku's master in the Jedi Order?
That was Yoda. No. No. Yeah. That was Yoda.
It's Qui-Gon.
Okay. I knew.
You don't remember that from Clone Wars?
I
in the
do,
flashback?
but Yoda.
Yoda trained him at some points, but
Okay.
like Yoda does for everybody. Yoda never had a Padawan while in his
Well.
after his 500 year or something like that.
Okay.
All right. What creature do Luke and Han ride on in Hoth?
Shoot. It's not. Oh no, it's not that. I want to say Wampa immediately, but that's the.
It's the abominable
Crap.
snowman.
Tauntaun.
There you go.
Oh man.
All right, DC. Or sorry,
DC,
MCU,
I was about to say.
MCU. Which character is both an Avenger and a Justice League member? Cap, Hawkeye, or Iron Man? Which one of those three is a Justice Leaguer and
So dumb.
an Avenger?
I don't like these questions. I don't know who crosses over with. I'm gonna go with Cap.
It's Hawkeye.
Seemed like the dumbest
that's-
answer to me, so I
well,
wasn't gonna pick it.
Him and Green Arrow have their shoot off. That's
Why it doesn't mean he becomes a Justice League member. Who wrote this stuff?
all right. In the MCU, who is burdened with glorious purpose?
Loki.
Okay, cool. All right, and finally, how many MCU movies does Phil Coulson appear in?
Ooh. That's a good question. Ooh. I'm trying to think if he appeared in that one or not. It's gotta be more than 2.
It is more than 2.
Okay. I'm going 3 then.
It is 4.
What am I? Okay, so I figured it was like, was it Iron Man? Did he appear? Oh no, he appeared in Thor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot about that one. So I had Avengers.
It's
Captain
actually 5. I lied. It's 5.
Avengers, Captain Marvel, Thor. I'm out on that
Iron Man 1 and 2.
one. Okay, that would have been my other guess, but I don't. I guess it was like an end credits or something.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
4 out of 9, not too bad.
It's not too great either, but I wasn't expecting 1940s comics questions.
Well, I figured it was Joker related. I didn't know if you would
I
know it.
never knew they were wanting to kill him off.
Yeah, he was not supposed to make it past his second appearance, which I thought was very weird. And I thought that would be right up your alley for
I
information.
feel like now that we're talking about it, I feel like I have heard that,
Yeah.
but I just didn't remember.
Well, next week, get your chance to get me back. Do the same.
Well,
It should be fun because I'll do a whole lot worse than you did.
I'll try to get some movies for you, I guess. I guess I'm not well versed in the comic knowledge.
It wasn't mostly comics. I got you some movie stuff in there too.
Oh,
Comic knowledge that I put in there, I thought you would know. So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, guys.
Should've
Well,
studied more.
we both forgot about this.
Honest.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for listening. This was just a fun get back together with this. We're excited to continue. We will be continuing. I think next Our topic will either be on the prequel series of Star Wars. We'll have Michael Witt back, or we will start reviewing individual Marvel movies. I think is what we'll go for on those. So if you guys have a preference on that, leave a comment, message us on Instagram, let us know. And with that being said, guys, thank you all for being patient with us. We are back in the swing of things and looking forward to it. This is Micah.
This is Caleb.
Y'all have a wonderful day.